Hey there, I'm Valerie Friedlander, Certified Life Business Alignment Coach, and this is Unlimited. This podcast bridges the individual and the societal, scientific and spiritual, positive and negative, nerdy and no, there's just a lot of nerdy. Come on board and let's unlock a life that's as badass as you are. Hello, my friends. I am so excited to welcome you to Unlimited. This podcast has been on my heart for a while, and I am super excited to finally share it with you. I spent a lot of time figuring out what to call it because I'm a word nerd. Just put it that way. So Unlimited was the name I chose because this podcast is about stepping into unlimited possibilities. It is about thinking big, dreaming big, and then grounding that in reality. That has been a lifelong work of mine. My mom used to say to me, Valerie, think about the realm of all possibilities. And I would think about the realm of all possibilities, and I would feel completely overwhelmed and intimidated by it. I'd want to know what exactly was going to happen if I did the things, like that whole, you can see the forest. And then when you step down amongst the trees to move forward in some direction, the trees are so overwhelming. It's like, I know there's a bigger picture here, but I don't know how to do anything in it when I'm in it. So this podcast is very much about actionable steps to not only dream big and think outside the box, but bring it into a tangible reality, a reality of being in the journey, not just focusing on that destination, and enjoying the process. I find that so much of life, especially as a woman, the rules that we learn to play by, while we can be total badasses playing this game of life the way we've learned to play it, it can still feel like it doesn't fit, like it's not made for us. And it isn't made for us. Like the rules were not made for us. They were made in a way that was very controlling and forced and constrictive. And our survival mode kicks in and pushes us through to make things happen, but it doesn't reflect our best self, our potential self. So how do you bring those together? And this has been a lifelong journey for me. I'm still very much on it, but I have a lot of training that has allowed me to learn a great deal of things and to help people step into their possibilities and activate their potential and actually create a life that's as badass as they are. So what are those credentials? And actually, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Valerie Friedlander. I am a certified personal coach and energy leadership master practitioner. I was trained by the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, which is an international coaching federation accredited program. And I will talk more about the coaching thing and what the heck that all is, because that is one of the big questions I get asked a lot is, what is coaching actually? I hear like it's a thing. So what is it? So episode number 1 will be all about what it is and all of that fun stuff. So definitely stick around for that. I have a bachelor's in sociology from Oberlin College, where I focused on understanding social identity and expression through popular culture, especially film. I am also a trained mediator, and I worked with a team at the college to develop its mediation and dialogue center, which was a true joy. After college, I went into corporate, and while I dabbled in acting out in LA, so I have a theater arts background as well, was in several student films and indie films and done costume design, and I've made 4 wedding dresses, but all of that's a side note. But I worked in corporate and I climbed the ladder and I did amazing at it. And in the process, or at the same time, I was also developing a relationship and learning how to have a healthy relationship. I came from a background, a family that was impacted by the family disease of alcoholism. And so unlearning codependency and passive aggressive behavior and all of the ways we think about ourselves and in relation to other people that were toxic and unhealthy for me. So working on unlearning that, I have about 20 years learning and practicing tools to shift patterns of addictive behavior and addictive thinking. Working on those, building this relationship, building this career, bought a house in the suburbs, had 2 kids. I rocked it. I had all of the things you're supposed to have. And I was like, wait a second, what did I do wrong? I'm not happy. And I actually feel like I'm failing. And I dug back into therapy, drug my husband to therapy. Like, where am I screwing up? What did I miss? And what I realized was that I didn't miss anything and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing a great job playing by the rules that I'd learned, but they didn't fit me. And when I found coaching, because I was exploring careers, I realized that was what I was looking for, that it was that bridge to going from managing life to thriving in life and creating life and doing life my way and understanding that nothing was wrong with me. It was really, I hadn't stepped into what I really wanted and hadn't allowed myself to go beyond what I thought I could have and what I had learned to have. All the shoulds, right? My mom used to say, stop shoulding all over yourself. So that's been kind of a mantra of like, am I shoulding on myself? Am I making this decision based off of a should? Because if I am, it's probably going to start to smell at some point. So along the way with all of this, I have practiced the spiritual art of decision making. I learned through being part of the Religious Society of Friends, otherwise known as Quakers, who are really Christian mystics, seekers. It's grounded in seeking truth with a capital T versus our own individual experience of truth, and trusting that there is something greater, a greater calling, and learning to listen to that and step into that. So when I found coaching, it was kind of like all of these things about societal patterns, human patterns, and spiritual awareness kind of came together in this powerful way that it's like, okay, we're going to do this. So I'm also a huge neuroscience nerd. I'm fascinated by female hormone cycles and cycle syncing. So I pull all of that into, it's just very holistic. So basically, this podcast is about understanding yourself in a holistic context, biological, spiritual, societal, leaning into the uncomfortable journey of shifting limiting beliefs and making conscious, loving choices to be the change that you want to see in the world. Because I love working with women who want to make an impact in their own lives, but also in a bigger context. So we are going to be dealing with imposter syndrome, stretching comfort zones, building confidence, also navigating emotions and setting healthy boundaries, living in the present while planning for the future, relationships with people, social structures, and most importantly, yourself, intentional, aligned, and growth-oriented decision-making. And lots of analogies because I love them. And I often pull from my nerdiness background of comic book movies and sci-fi and fantasy. So be prepared for that because that is definitely going to be part of this. You will be getting weekly episodes that are about 30 minutes long. And it's just going to be fun. So I am excited to have you join me on this continuing journey to explore our personal and societal patterns, to seek out more joy and new realizations, to boldly go where you've never gone before. Did I mention that I was a nerd? Welcome aboard, y'all. I am excited to have you here, and I will see you on episode 1. Thanks for listening. I so appreciate you being here. If you got something out of today's episode, please share it. Leave me a review, take a screenshot, and post it on social with a shout out to me. Send it to a friend or, all of the above. Want to hang out more? Join me on Instagram. Or better yet, get on my mailing list to make sure you don't miss out on anything. And remember, your possibilities are as unlimited as you are. Allow yourself to shine, my friend. The world needs your light. See you next time.